YouTube? It's your girl Ash, Loving Life, and welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button to join in on my life. It's Millionaire in the Making. So in this video, I do want to talk about my 15 years on birth control, as well as the types of birth control and just my overall feelings and opinions about birth control. So let's get into this video. So I started birth control at the age of 14. Yes. So let me tell you why. When I was in 6th or 7th grade, I got my period. And when I tell you it was so heavy, it was really heavy. I used to mess up my clothes all the time. Now, when I got into 8th grade, I knew that I wanted to be a majorette for the high school band. My sister was doing it, and I was just super excited to follow her footsteps. But the only problem was I had this heavy period, and I knew that I would mess up my uniform because the uniforms were tight fitted, you know, they cut in certain areas, and I didn't want to be embarrassed when my period came on and I had an accident with my uniform on. So growing up, I used to hear about DEPO shot and how, you know, women would get on DEPO shot. It would slow their period down. And it was just very popular when I was growing up. So one day I asked my mom about the DEPO shot. And because she had experienced the DEPO shot, she knew more about it. So she told me about it, and she just explained to me that yes, the DEPO shot can either slow your period down, and sometimes it even cuts off your period where you don't even have one. And you guys, you would not have believed how my eyes lit up when she told me that. So I was like, yes, Mom, I want to get on birth control. I don't want to be embarrassed when I'm performing and have an accident. So we talked to my doctor and they agreed. So at 14, I started the DEPO shot. Now, I don't know the correct name for the DEPO shot. I'll put it at the bottom of the screen, but we call it the DEPO shot. And what it is you get a shot every 3 months. You can get it in your arm or you can get it in your buttocks. And I decided to get it in my arm. And when I tell you that DEPO shot was the best decision at 14, listen, within probably a couple of months, my period slowed down. I was spotting here and there. In about a year, it cut off completely. I was the happiest girl in the world. I used to brag to my other majorette sisters like, yeah, I don't have a period. I don't have to worry about that. I don't have to worry about the cramps. I had nothing to worry about. So from 14 all the way through high school, I was on the DEPO shot. And like I said, my period completely stopped after a year. Now, I would spot closer to when it was time for me to get my DEPO shot, which was fine. Honestly, I was okay with that because I knew that I needed some type of period. It's not really healthy to be going years without a period, so the spotting was great for me. I was okay with knowing that I was still having some type of bleeding. Because the DEPO shot was so good to me, I decided to continue the DEPO shot after high school. Now, the only symptoms I had with the DEPO shot in high school was I was always fatigued. Like, I could literally go to sleep for hours, like 8 or 9 hours, wake up and still feel sleepy. I would feel sluggish throughout the day, as well as when I used to have practice. I never had that energy like my other friends. I just thought that I was always tired. But now that I'm older, I realized that the DEPO shot did contribute to me feeling fatigued and tired a lot. But it wasn't to the point where it interfered with my school or even with me being a majorette. I just noticed that I was always a little like just not energetic for a teenager. But other than that, I had no other symptoms. In high school, I didn't gain any weight. I didn't have any mood swings. I didn't have any major headaches. I didn't have any stomach issues. All the symptoms that comes with the DEPO shot, I did not have them. I did take calcium pills because that's what the doctor recommended, because they say that the DEPO shot depletes your calcium. So I would have to take calcium pills, and occasionally I would take iron pills and vitamins. So I did follow the doctor orders, and that could have helped with my longevity on DEPO shot. So after high school, I kept going to get my DEPO shot every 3 months. I never missed a shot, okay? I did not have a period. Oh yeah, another reason why I believe I didn't have any side effects or any issues with birth control while in high school was because I wasn't sexually active. I was not having sex. Now, I believe that if you are sexually active on birth control, there are symptoms and things you may face, but because I wasn't, I didn't have anything in high school but being fatigued. So, going to college, I end up losing my virginity around 19. Still, no symptoms, no side effects, still feeling fatigued, but nothing too crazy. I continued my DEPO shot. It wasn't until I got into a serious relationship and I really became more sexually active that I began to finally pick up that birth control weight. Yes, y'all, it came super fast, as well as the cravings. Like, I had cravings like a pregnant woman. Now, I've never been pregnant, so I'm just going off what I hear pregnant women say. I used to crave some of the weirdest things, and I was like, why is this? And it wasn't until I got older that I put two and two together and was like, oh yeah, the birth control. But I used to crave all kind of stuff, eat all kind of stuff, and the weight finally started to pile on. It got to the point where I started feeling insecure about my weight because I was always skinny, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm finally getting the DEPO weight. It looked good in the beginning, but after a while, baby, I was not happy. But I continued my DEPO shot. So I was on a DEPO shot for about 10 years. I was about 24, 25 when I decided, like, listen, you've been on a DEPO shot for so long. You're not having a period. Let's switch to something else. Because I'm the type of person, I've always done research. I always read articles about different stuff, and I knew that the DEPO shot was not something that you're supposed to be on for a long period of time. Even the doctor used to tell me, hey, you've been on this DEPO shot for a long time. Are you having any problems? Are you okay? We do not recommend that you continue being on the DEPO shot. So after doing my research and hearing the doctor say all these things, I decided 10 years later that I was going to switch to the pill. Now, the reason why I switched straight to the pill from the DEPO shot, literally, I mean, it was like a smooth transition, was because I heard that if you just stop the DEPO shot, you could possibly have a period for 3 months, 4 months, even a year. I also heard that sometimes you won't even have a period, or you will have a period and it's just the worst. So I decided to do what the doctor said and just transition from the DEPO shot to the pill, and I had no problems. My period started to come and I had a regular period. Like, I was like, okay. So in my head, I'm like, well, I'm just one of those people who don't really have problems with birth control. So I got on the pill. When I tell you, I did not miss a pill. I used to take my pill like it was candy, okay? I had my alarm set. And baby, I had no problems. Now, with the pill, I'll put the type of birth control pill I was on. With the birth control pill, I did have some symptoms. I was emotional. I would be emotional a lot. Also, mood swings. I was up and down with my mood swings. My sex drive was up and down, as well as my appetite. Other than that, I had no issues. Other than that, the birth control was good. My period was regulated. For the most part, I enjoyed the birth control pill. I had the most like mood swings and symptoms towards the beginning of the birth control, like the first year. After the first year, I was good. So I decided to stay on the birth control all the way until I was 29, which makes 15 years. From 14 to 29, I was on birth control non-stop. So the only reason why I really stopped birth control was because I decided that I wasn't going to be dating anymore. And because I knew I wasn't going to be dating, I knew that I wasn't going to be having sex. So I was like, I don't need birth control anymore. So what's the point of me taking it if I'm not sexually active? That is actually when my celibacy journey started. Go watch that video because I have been celibate for 4 years, and that is the time I have been off birth control. Yes, I've been celibate for 4 years as well as been off birth control for 4 years. And I can tell you, I have no issues. My period is regular. I get my period every month like clockwork, okay? Some months I have heavy periods, and some months I have light periods. Some months I have bad cramping. Some months I don't have no cramping at all. But in all honesty, I can tell you that when I'm eating right, I'm eating clean, healthy, raw foods, I have a good period. But when I start eating junk food and just eating bad food, it affects my period. Like, it affects my body too, because I start to gain weight, and as well as my period becomes like just really heavy. The cramps are just so I notice with me that my food intake does affect my period. But other than that, I have no other problems. Being on birth control for 15 years, you would have thought that I would have some type of complications or anything. I don't. I do have like severe acid reflux. Who knows? That could be from birth control, or that could be just from other things, growing older, the types of food I eat, because I am a spicy girl. I love spicy foods. I love jalapeno peppers. I love cayenne peppers. I love hot stuff. So that could be contributing to my severe acid reflux. But other than that, I have no problems. By the grace of God, birth control has been good for me. Now, do I plan on getting back on birth control when I become sexually active again? I'm still not sure. I feel like now that I'm 32, the next relationship I do get in, I'm praying that this will be somebody I marry, and that we can use protection like condoms, and that way I won't have to deal with birth control, because since I've been on it for so long, I don't want to, prolong the process of me getting pregnant when I'm ready to get pregnant. And because I've been off of it for 4 years, I think that's a good amount of time to be off of it when you're ready to conceive. So I might not even get back on birth control. But honestly, I'm not sure. I'm saying it now, but I'm really not sure. And yeah, you guys, I'm really not the type of person to recommend things to other people. I just like to talk about my experiences and what I've been through, because I know that we're all different. I know that all of our bodies are different. So I'm just letting you guys know that I had a good experience on the birth control for the most part. And I'm good. Like, I'm healthy, I'm vibrant. Also, I've always been active. So even when I was on birth control at 14, I was a majorette. So I was always active, always moving my body, always, just doing some type of exercise. Even after high school, I continued to be active, working out. To this day, I exercise every day. I do at least a mile on my exercise bike every day. So I'm pretty active for the most part. And that may be the reason I, don't really have all those complications that comes with being on birth control, but who knows? So yeah, you guys, that's my 15 years of being on birth control. There's nothing spectacular about my story, but that I was on it for 15 consecutive years, like non-stop. I never missed a DEPO shot, and I never missed a pill. Listen, I'm thankful for birth control. I probably would have one little baby running around here if it wasn't for birth control. So I'm glad that I had that heavy period at a young age, and that my mom and my doctor was like, okay, yes, let's do it. And nothing, crazy came out of it. But yeah, you guys, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, subscribe, and leave your girl a comment. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.